So I know what people are gonna say, but I actually like Netflix's Avatar: The Last Airbender. Yes, I do like it. It there, I don't think a lot of people. I think the reason why a lot of people didn't like it is because the reason is also the reason why they didn't like Korra. It's because it's not done the same way as the creators did it. But I mean, when you have someone else interpreting the original work, it's not always going to be the exact same down to the T. And also, what season one was 8 episodes, I believe. Um, so because it's what it came out. I think did it come out? It came out like in the early spring of 2024. So um, I liked it. Like you can't. I don't think, and it was an hour long series as well. It was 8 episodes, and it was an hour long. So they're not going to do everything that we saw in season one. They're going to choose the main things that we want to see in season one, and they're going to add to that. Okay? Again, the reason why you don't like it is because it's not the original. That's the reason why a lot of people don't like Korra, because she's not Aang. And we know Korra is the like the total opposite of Aang. So, here's why I like Avatar: The Last Airbender, Netflix's version. I Not that I don't like Avatar, the original version, and like I said before on another video, I like Korra. Um, the reason why I like um, the reason why I like Netflix's version um, is because I like preferably like the main things I like is because um, Suki and Yue. With Suki and Yue, I feel that they gave Suki and Yue more, 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 more dialogue with Sokka, and it's like for Suki and Yue in the Nickelodeon in the TV show version on Nickelodeon, it never really it's like the creators just put a girl there. I feel like the creators just put a girl right there, and it's just like, let's make a love interest for Sokka. Boom, Suki. Oh, Suki's not here anymore. Let's make a love interest for Yue. Boom, Yue's not here. Oh, let's make a love. Yue's gone. So now we gotta bring back Suki. It's a. And don't get me wrong, I like Suki. I didn't really like her as much as Yue, but um, I I feel like a lot of the time, like I understand that they're central to the story, but overall, but when they don't get, they never really. When I watched it the first time on the cartoon version the first time, I never really understood like Sokka and Suki together. It's like, okay, Sokka got ambushed. Sokka likes being trained by came to her and apologized to Suki, and he likes being trained by her. He understands the process that they go to become these warriors. And like when Kyoshi was introduced, when the Kyoshi warriors were introduced into the show, you saw that they're warriors. They know what they're doing. It's like, okay, but like then at the end when they were about to leave, Suki she just said, like, they were Sokka and Suki were talking during the Fire Nation, when when Zuko came, and she was it I don't care. It was the Fire Nation. Uh so they were talking and Suki was just like, "Well, I'm a girl too," and then she kisses Sokka. That doesn't tell me that Sokka likes her. It just tells me that Suki was willing to kiss Sokka, because usually when you kiss someone, you like them platonically, romantically, or in a family-like sense. So, and most likely she liked him in a romantic way. So that tells me what Suki is thinking. That does not tell me what Sokka is thinking. Sokka could see her in a, like, Katara, like, oh, she's like a sister to me now. Or he could see her as just another girl who like a friend. So it that never really that never really that relationship never really did anything for me. So I like that in the beginning in Netflix's version, in the beginning, Sokka and Yue were eyeing each other like, hey. So then I was like, oh, okay. Even though I knew from the original one that they like each other, but so now it's like, oh, okay, someone who's never seen the show can now understand Suki and Sokka are probably interested in each other. And when they're training, it gets even more, you see the more of the attraction when they are training and then they are about to kiss, but then Fire Nation comes in. So I believe, or someone interrupts them. So, and also when when Sokka was leaving, they kissed. Not, she didn't kiss him on the cheek. He didn't kiss her on the cheek. They kissed on the mouth, and it was a romantic kiss. So obviously, yeah, that those are telltale signs that two people are mutually attracted to each other. That's why I like it. I like Avatar, the Netflix version of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Another thing is, I'm going to UA, is that UA was also has more dialogue too. She appeared to Sokka in a dream. That is very cool. She appeared as a fox. I'm just gonna call her Ninetails. She appeared at Ninetails, which is a very common animal in Asian culture. Like, if you ever seen, obviously, Pokemon, that's why I'm calling her Ninetails. And if you've ever seen My Roommate is a Gumiho, which is a K-drama. I think it's on Viki.com. Yeah, it's on Viki.com. Which is, it's spelled VIKI.com. So yeah, and the Gumiho has 999 lives, so I like that. So going back to Yue, she first appeared in Sokka's dreams as a fox, as Ninetails, and that was cool. It showed how spiritual she is, and so Sokka recognized her when Sokka did recognize her when they came to the Northern Water Tribe, and so it and she they were flirting. So and she was flirting with him in the dream, and they were flirting with each other when they were in the Northern Water Tribe. So that shows me again, or someone who's never seen the show. Oh, Yue and Sake and I said Sake. Yue and Sokka are mutually related, are mutually interested in each other. And yeah, and I feel also what I really like that is not about Sokka and his relationship. I like the other thing that they did with Aang and Zuko as a platonic relationship. They the famous scene that where the blue spirit kidnaps Aang from Zhao, Commander Zhao. And then Aang finds out that the blue spirit is Zuko. And Zuko, when and Aang saves Zuko when he's wounded and tends to him, and then when Zuko wakes up, he's with Aang. Then Aang starts talking and said, "Hey, do you think we could have been friends 100 years ago?" In the original one, Zuko doesn't speak. He just looks at Aang for a second and then tries to kill him with a fire blast. And that's a good scene. It's a good scene within itself. But I also like Netflix's interpretation of that scene, because in that scene you also see that Zuko is actually Aang makes a joke and then Zuko starts laughing, and I think that's not that's I also think that's a good interpretation of how Zuko, of the foreshadowing of how Zuko and Aang will eventually become the best of friends, because Zuko's childhood was stolen from him, and Aang's childhood was technically stolen from. Well, I wouldn't say Aang's childhood was stolen from him. I think that. Well, you could say Aang. That's for a different story. They're still children, but they know that they feel that they know that they have the weight of the world on their shoulders. So the thing is, it's not bad. It wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad scene, and I liked it. I liked it a lot. And then we can see where he starts to talk about Zuko starts to talk about his dad and everything, and then stops that's when Zuko stops being playful and starts being like proud and too proud, and have his hubris come out. And that's when Zuko knows, I can't be friends with this person anymore. I can't try to be friends with this person. He has to go back and just like shake his head and say, I can't be friends with this person. What am I doing laughing with the enemy? So that's the reason why I like Avatar, the Netflix version of Avatar. Now, don't get me wrong, there are things that I was just like, no, 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 no. Cause like when at first when I saw the show, I knew it was gonna be different, because they added characters that we don't see until a couple of seasons, like, or episodes before like one event happened. So and obviously we knew that we were going to see Gyatso, and we knew we were going to see June. Um, and So I liked when they did they added like the backstory of how the 100 Years War started. Um, First of all, what's his name? Sozin's make hair and makeup, that was terrible. It just looked terrible. Um, it totally looked like it was fake. You Netflix, you could have done better. You really could have done better. Um, Second of all, um, not Gyatso, Boomy. I was just like, what is this? Why is Boomy so? At first, I was just like, oh, okay, Boomy, um, is just being Boomy. He's being weird and like that, and he has a weird sense of humor. But he was just so. Then he was just so pessimistic, and I didn't. It's like that's not how Boomy is. It's just like so. I'm I'm kind of want to see what if they're gonna put Boomy in the next episode, next season, or and like how they're going to make develop that character into someone the Avatar fans like, because that type of Boomy because was not what anybody wanted. I'm pretty sure no one wanted that type of Boomy. Um, but the thing is, when Jet would try to kill Boomy, that was actually pretty cool because in the original, a lot of the warriors didn't understand why Boomy was being Boomy and like why he just surrendered to the Fire Nation without any any fighting. So that makes sense because when the king just puts down his arms like, I'm not even gonna fight, I'm just gonna give my stuff to you and let you take it, everything is mine, everything that's mine is yours now, then people are gonna be weirded out by that, and they're gonna lose faith in their king when they do that. So I really hope Avatar Netflix tries to make that like the Boomy, the not making Boomy so pessimistic, a little more optimistic in season 2. There's also what I like also is actually a few other things that I like, a couple of other things that I like about Netflix's Avatar. I like that a lot of people had doubts that Netflix was going to make Sokka less sexist, and I I at first I didn't really have a problem with that, but then when I heard a bunch of people, then when I heard more people like making a case on why this is a bad idea, then I was just like, okay, maybe it might be a bad idea. But then I watched it for myself, and I think it works. I think it works that he's not so sexist. And that whole episode with Ko and him like stealing Katara and Sokka and showing their deepest sorrowful moments, it was very eye-opening to see a whole new Sokka and how like how he feels about like, because the Sokka, the cartoon Sokka, he was also just very adamant about taking over as the new chief the of the Southern Water Tribe, and now, and it also shows that he wants to prove himself because his dad doesn't believe in him. So that's I like that interpretation. Um so, and also, what other thing I had something else to say. Um I usually write this stuff down, but I didn't write it down. Um I feel very optimistic about the second season. Um and I would just also, I want to say the fight scene with Aang and Zuko, that was very entertaining, and I love the music, um, the background music of the fight scene. So if you haven't seen it, try. If you haven't seen the first season, I think you should go and see the first season of the Netflix Avatar version. Um, if you have seen it, please comment about how you feel about it, and we can have a discussion. And if you're going to have a discussion with anyone else in the comment section, please be respectful. We don't want to be mean to people, because that's just not how I want my channel to be represented. Thank you. Bye.